Alfred Hitchcock, also referred to as the master of suspense, he is highly influential due to the inventive impact he made on film history, which has shaped the film industry we know and love today. Alfred Hitchcock was highly experimental and continuously pushed all boundaries set against sex and violence. His career span ranged for more than half a century. In that time duration, he fashioned a recognizable style. This resulted in his recognition for the use of cameras that was purposely made to mimic a person's gaze and therefore enforcing voyeurism. He is one of the most renowned directors of all time due to his ability to immaculate the art of creating mystery and suspense. Hitchcock was originally an English director. Since this, he has been titled as English Best Directors due to his creation of both silent and early talkie films before moving on to Hollywood. His themes feature strong sexual undertones. His most famous film is Psycho, which features strong themes of voyeurism.
David Fincher is one of the most influential directors of all time. He is most recognisable for his memorably depressing endings and wowing audiences with slick camera shots and a distinctly dark visual style. His movies tend to be very dark, both visually and thematically, and evoke a sense of paranoia and claustrophobia upon his audiences. Fincher is best known for Seven and Fight Club. Generally, Fincher's movies are known for his downbeat or grim subject matter, and lack of resolution or happy endings. Fincher uses dark colours and tones, low angles, dark subject tones, use of fear as motive for characters, violent content, lots of dark greens and blue tones that add a tone to the film, low angles, and a use of invisible special effects. These components allow him to produce excellent thriller films that create suspense and mystery throughout, which has led him to be one of the most successful and well-known director of thriller films.
Quentin Tarantino is an iconic director for many reasons. He's one of the most individual and daring directors of the last 20 or so years. His films somewhat parody the assumed standards of cinema with the use of cheesy lines that still play a large part in the plot rather than just being throwaway comments put in for comedic value. Many of his movies contain long monologues. These quotes leave a big impact on the viewer. For example, Samuel L. Jackson's Bible quote in the film Pulp Fiction. The use of non-linear time is also a major aspect that makes Tarantino so individual. The use of different times causes you to have to watch the film many times in order to fully understand what is going on. For example, in Pulp Fiction, the film does not flow in any order, but rather it plays out scenes almost randomly, and the viewer has to piece together what came when, leaving many talking points for afterwards. This ties in with the strong enigma codes that Tarantino includes in his films. One of the most predominant of these is what is inside the briefcase in Pulp Fiction. This creates much for fans to discuss. For example, one possible theory was that the briefcase contained the villain's soul that had been removed through the back of his neck, which is why he had a plaster there through the duration of the film. Tarantino is also one of the few directors who uses soundtracks as an important part in the film. He chooses to use soundtracks that the viewers will remember rather than just to build suspense, etc. This non-linear structure, along with the soundtrack, fully separates scenes from each other, which is one of the main reasons why Tarantino's films are so memorable.